Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool. And the term shrinkflation is the practice of reducing a product's amount or volume per unit while continuing to offer it at the same price. And shrinkflation is a new word that's been it just entered this year into the Webster Dictionary. Well, the other day I picked this up. This is a snap-on, I think they call it like a 45-degree or double-angled pick. I love this. It's my favorite style of pick, the one I use the most. And this had been my favorite version of it. I end up grabbing this little one with the plastic handle, the hard handle. Just love the thing. I've got it in other flavors. I've got it in the soft handle here. Here's kind of a PB Swiss version. This is as close as the Mayhew cat's paw comes. It's not the same. Here's an old Craftsman version. And anyway, I was looking at this new one and thought, boy, that shaft just looks a little thinner, you know, compared to my favorite. And one of the reasons I get multiples is I like to have them in kits. I like to have them, if I've got a tool bag, I want one of these in it. I don't want to have to, track it down. They're inexpensive, but they're so handy. You don't use them a long time usually, but when you need one, you absolutely need it. So anyway, I was looking at these close and thought, yeah, it does look narrower, just a little. So I got my caliper out and measured this one. I've got 3.18 here, and this guy is 3.10. Line that up so you can see here. Try that again, make sure it's zeroed. There, 3.10-ish. Keep bending it. You got that? So they have dropped it almost 1/10 of a millimeter. And that's like dog millimeters. That's huge when you're talking about the diameter of something in terms of the loss of material and strength. Then I also wondered, how does that compare? Well, let's go to this guy. This is 3.2, a little bit bigger on that one. What about the great big minis? 3.6, so a little bigger. How does that compare to the snap-on pry bars? Those are huge, 4.73. These seal pullers, 3.14. What about other brands? So I've got the PB Swiss, the Mayhew, and the Craftsman here. The Mayhew is actually pretty beefy at 3.6. So it's pretty strong, but you can see they've done a lot of narrowing down as they approach the tip. Craftsman and PB Swiss. This was interesting. So here's the PB Swiss, and this is a serialized tool, if you can imagine that. Get that to show up right there. There's a serial number. I mean, they take pride in what they're doing. This is a nice tool, a little slippery of a handle, but not bad. So what's the diameter here? I've got 3.03. What's the Craftsman? I've got 3.03. And line up there. 3.02, 3.03-ish. This is actually about the same, almost identical. Both of them are a little bit less diameter than the snap-on, but they're the same. PB Swiss and Craftsman. So you heard it here first. This one, the new one, a little springy compared to the older one. I can definitely feel a rigidity difference. The PB Swiss, a little springier. Craftsman's pretty stiff, but they've also got a fairly short shaft there. Mayhew, pretty stiff, but you'd expect that. What about some of these older ones? Older but newer, I guess. Let's try that one again. 3.13. See if it's the same here. One's a little thicker. That's interesting again, 3.19. I've had this one, you can see it's a little beat up, a lot longer, and then I got another set, so they shrinkflated these too. So the older one here, which isn't that old, has a greater diameter than this little bit newer one, and same here, except this one's even smaller, so they have dropped. Let me measure my original green one here, so I've got 3.19, followed by this was 3.18, followed by, there's 3.11. Where does this one fit? 3.12, 13, something like that. So there they are. Over time, they have shrunk. So the soft, larger handle had the largest shaft, you know, of all of the smaller profile ones, the Snap-on, followed by this old school green handle, hard handle, followed by the newer red soft handle, and the Instinct handle, then followed by the brand new one of the Snap-on hard handle. So there's what I think is shrinkflation at work. And with that, Doc out.